grew up in Jackson, Tennessee. Grew up on a farm where we didn't have football. I was baseball, basketball, track, boxed. And I was going to follow in the footsteps of Reggie Jackson. I was going to Arizona State to play both baseball and basketball. I lost my dad my senior year in high school. My brother-in-law, who had married my older sister, approached me and said, "You need to go to Tennessee State where you can check on your mom." I said, "Okay." He was my mentor. I'm going to Tennessee State. He said, "No, by the way, you're a football player." I said, "Football? I don't even know the rules of football." He said, "That's what I'm going to teach you this summer." So to make a long story short, I go to Tennessee State. I decided I was going to play both basketball and football my first year. And if I didn't like football, I'd drop it and then go to baseball. Fortunately for me, I loved football from day one. And the rest is history.
So let me get this straight. Before you set foot, you had never played football?
Other than Sandlock.
Wow.
We didn't have a football team, but I'd watch football. Even though I didn't know the rules, what they were doing, it was just exciting to watch. And I think the best decision I made was going to an HBCU school because I was a raw talent. If I had attended a Division I school, I would have been another number. They wouldn't have time to work with me like Tennessee State did. So the coaching staff there took me under their wings and made all the difference in the world with me. I really appreciated the game. I appreciated the commitment they made to me. I became very passionate about the game, had great teammates, and winning certainly helped. I was able to win two titles during my career at Tennessee State. So the best decision I ever made in my life was to attend Tennessee State.
What are some characteristics that you would share about your HBCU experience to someone who may not necessarily know what it's like to be at an HBCU?
Men listening to this interview and know anything about fraternities, it's like a fraternity. Or if you play team sports, the key in any team sports is to know person next to you, around you, got your back. And that's the way it was at Tennessee State. Those are the kind of players that the coaching staff wanted. Unselfish players. You know, it's a team sport. 11 players working together as one. That's what I experienced at Tennessee State.
How important is it that we continue to push the needle forward for more HBCU players to have the opportunity to play in the NFL? First
thought that came to my mind was, I have to represent. I can't be a bust. In order to set an example for other HBCU players, regardless of what round they're drafted in, I have to perform well because we didn't have that respect at the time. We weren't looked upon as being great players from an HBCU school. So I had to work extra hard to make sure that I performed at a very high level. Now that's something I would have done anyway, but that was always in the back of my mind. I have to represent in order to make it better and give other guys from HBCU schools an opportunity.
And speaking of representing and representation, why is the Black College Football Hall of Fame so important to not only HBCU athletes, but just Black athletes as a whole who are often overlooked because of the color of their skin or because of the institution they went to?
Really, because the institution you went to has a lot to do with it, and the color of your skin has a lot to do with it. Nobody, regardless of what they say, want to be overlooked. You want to be appreciated for all your work ethic. This is one way that you can be recognized and feel proud about what you've accomplished. And that's why a day doesn't go by I don't thank Doug and Shaq Harris, the founders of the HBCU Black College Hall of Fame. And it's continuing to grow. And I think guys who play at a very high level, regardless of what sport or whatever you're doing, you should be rewarded. And this is one way of rewarding all these great talented men.